Okay, you need to start talking so I can test it.
Okay. What you gonna say?
That you are,
No, I'm
uh,
not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
you, but that's what I need. I need to hear you say it though.
All right. What you want me to say?
That you are a motherfucker. If you say that, then I
Hell
can.
no.
But I can.
Hell no.
I need
Like,
to hear those letters on the thing so I can make sure the volume's right.
okay. I am a motherfucker.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you
What up?
today?
I'm good. I'm good. You okay?
Okay. So, it's been a minute. We had the first conversation was the last month
Yeah,
before.
before it was the playoffs, before the Super Bowl, but after Kobe.
I think it was
Yeah,
before Kobe.
yeah, it was before Kobe. My bad.
It
This
was,
is after Kobe. That's right. It was before Kobe, but before the Super Bowl. So I think the last time we talked, it was the championship to decide who was going to the Super Bowl. So that was the last time. So it's February, no football on. So here I am. That's problem. Oh, let me publicly apologize. I know I was supposed to do this yesterday, but you know, shit came up.
you know.
I'm a motherfucker for that. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
You know,
that's all I'm saying. I'm not
acknowledgement is
regretting no
key.
more.
That's key.
Right.
Acknowledgement.
I was wrong. I was wrong. Not that I was wrong. It was something I couldn't avoid,
But
but
life happens, and we know that.
life happens. Life happens. I
Life.
couldn't be like, hey, this is what's going on, but I wanted to make sure I said, hey, my bad, and I think I don't want to interrupt on your Sunday, but I think I owe it to you, so I want to make sure I'm fulfilling my promise.
Well, you know, that's.
Here I am.
Nah, I got 50 points for it.
Well, you only get 25 for that.
It's 50 because it's 50.
Because I apologize. Called myself a motherfucker.
You did.
And I just get like this impromptu, like, hey, let's go ahead and do this now. I think you get 25 points. I get 25 and call it easy.
You don't get any points for missing yesterday.
I get a point for apologizing and acknowledging my fault.
You get 2 points, not 25.
Fuck it, I take it.
Okay, we can do that. So the whole Kobe thing happened.
Yep.
Between the shock of it all and because I sent you the post when it first happened.
Yeah. I found out through you that it happened. When I first saw it, I'm like, fuck out of here. This is not true. But then, we went to trust TMZ, which TMZ was like, you don't want to believe what they say.
Ever.
And also, it's kind of like, all right, that's my go-to when I hear shit, and I want to confirm it, I go straight to TMZ. But when I went there and saw it, I think I was quiet with you for like 2 hours. I didn't say nothing because I was like...
Because it was shocking.
Yeah, so, it was sad, don't get me wrong, because, just out the blue, he's young, 41, and just gone. So, I think I was getting ready to do something, and then it was confirmed. I was in the car, and I heard on the radio that his daughter was in the car, too. I'm like, that's just what just made it for me. It was just like that was a sad day. That was a sad, quiet day, period. I don't think I was that sad in a long time.
You were quiet that day. I think we both were quiet the days after. Because it was like, did it really happen?
It still wasn't real to me. It's just like, damn, just like that. And then with his daughter, it's just like, grown men were crying that day. Every time I turned on sports, like ESPN, grown men crying. So I think it was during like the Pro Bowl, which is like the All-Star game for football.
Yeah.
Nobody was the same that day. So that day was just kind of just a dark cloud, but it was just sad.
So with the whole question of his legacy and how certain people was bringing up the past allegations or whatever, do you think it's ever the right time to have that conversation, or was it just too soon? Because I felt like it was too soon, but it wasn't wrong because it was a part of his life. So I was, like 50-50 with it.
So maybe I talked about it too, because when I first heard about it, the first thing I said was, fuck Gayle. That's the first thing I said.
Yes, you did say fuck Gayle.
I did, because I felt like, how dare you, ask that question when it's about his death. And, his legacy, his legacy, when you ask a true basketball fan, is like his last game that he ever played, scored over 60 points. You got so many championships, Olympic medals, Rookie of the Year, slam dunk contests, go on and on and on and on and on. But then when you just reach back and say, hey, let me take a stab at something that happened like damn 15 years ago in Colorado that was thrown out, I personally like that was foul. Like, you can't do that, because my reason for saying fuck Gayle, because it wasn't just Kobe on the plane. You had his daughter, you had families that was on the plane, and you know they're affected too. So to just say, hey, Kobe, remember that rape case back in Colorado? It was unfair. But I thought about it, as I always do.
Okay.
So I'm like, nah, it's a fair question because it happened.
That's what I thought.
You posed a question to me that was kind of fair. Like, well, what about, I knew what you were talking about, but you had said, what about this person?
Probably OJ.
Like, well, right. And I'm like, well, yeah, this person did die, and this person did have, like, a case, so it's fair game, but it was too soon. That's my answer. It was fair, but it was just too damn soon.
Because everybody kept acting as if it wasn't a fair question, and I felt like you can't avoid it, but I also feel like Kobe never had anything else come up like that. So I also can feel like, why bring it up? Because that wasn't his whole life. It happened so long ago. Like, if OJ, passed away, his whole life was about, what he did. We know that. If certain people leave this earth, we're going to bring up bad, like if that man, the Pied Piper, if he was to be gone, it'd be all about that. But I do feel like it was okay to ask it, because it wasn't like they went into detail about it, or like they were trying to make it seem like that was his whole legacy. It's like, well, that one thing, stained something. And I'm like, well, it hasn't stained it, all this time, because he's still Kobe.
Yeah, and I say it's fair, too, because it's not like he had a side baby. Nobody knew about it. It just came up. It's something that was in the news. And my concern was, like, when he still has 3 young daughters who are still here, do they want to hear about that? Is that something that they want to hear right now? That sounds like foul. I'm like, do they
even know? You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure the older one probably know.
Oh, yeah, because she's like 15, something like that. Or no, she
probably know.
But not any details about it. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, not to the extent, like, if whatever she knew or did not know, I don't think she should have learned about it
that way.
I think that should have been somewhere down the line, like after this memorial service is over. It's like, okay, we try to get back to life. Okay, we can touch on it, but like that soon, no bueno. But I also, just like Snoop, I want to apologize to Gayle too.
Yeah, because
I went in hard on her too. Not like Snoop though. Snoop went in on her ass. But me, it was just those 2 words. Fuck Gayle. But
you're sorry now.
She can go on about her life.
Oh, well, that's thank you for letting that be a thing. Because that's crazy. Now, we were talking about something a while ago, because we talk about so much. So I have to screenshot stuff to remind me of the different conversations that we have. Well, that's appropriate enough for this forum. So, who pays on the first date?
Who pays on the first date?
Who pays on the first date?
Me, I was raised old school. So me, anytime I invite a young lady out, I'm paying. That's like automatic, because that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if somebody tells me different, like, well, nah, she gonna pay or whoever invite, that's fair. But I don't want my first encounter with a lady, especially if it's our first date, it's like, okay, we go out, I'm going to get a steak, a couple beers, a glass of wine, a shot of tequila. You're going to just get a salad. And then now you got to pay for all my heavy meal and your salad. It's like, do I expect to get some ass or a second date? I mean, that's setting the precedence for no.
But what does who pay for the meal got to do if you get sex or not, though? Because
see, I tried to catch myself because that came out just as a habit. But that's why I said a second date, too. Because I said a second date.
But who paid for the second date? Does it matter who paid for the first?
Fuck the second date. What I'm saying is...
No way.
No, seriously, because I said what I said. I said, she not going...
leave your message for...
Yellow.
Yeah, I don't know how you gonna cut that shit out. I don't know if it's still going, but my bad. All right, so as I was saying before, my phone said call failed. It's just setting up a bad taste for the second date. You know, so it's just like if my food alone is $60, and let's just say your meal is like maybe let's just say $20. Just offer if you have a little salad because you don't want to eat all whatever on the first date, and you have a glass of wine. Like you about to pay $80 for me and you because I ate most of the meal. It's like, what do you have to look forward to on the second date? Like me, as a man, it's to create the experience. You set it out, like, baby, whatever you want. I got you. Eat what you want. I got the bill. Don't you need to worry about it. Well, you know, there's some chicks may be like, should I leave the tip? No, I don't need the tip. I got the tip. I just want to enjoy your company for this couple hours, so you don't have to pay for that. This is just me being.
Are you trying to pay for vagina? Are you trying to make a good impression on the vagina to pay for it up front?
It's in the cards. Don't get me wrong. I mean, no man's gonna say, "Nah, I just wanna." No, it's in the cards.
But what if you go on the first date and you don't want the vagina? Like, what if you get there and it's a bad date? Like, would you ever, in the middle of it, decide, you know what? I'm not gonna pay for this.
No, because for the simple fact. We out on a date. I mean, no matter, and then if I'm assuming it's the first date, you're going on the first date to get to know that person. So whether it's good or bad, you just have to chalk it up as a blunt lesson. So if it's a bad date, there's no chemistry, you still pay for that meal because, you know, you're paying for, I would say paying, but you're like compensating her for her time. Like she could be doing something else. A whole
that is very true.
She could be entertaining. For these couple hours, she chose to entertain me. At least let me buy you a salad and your wine for your time.
Why you keep giving her salad and wine?
Because you know women go out on first date and try to eat all cute.
Not when you over 30.
Well, yeah, you true. But you know, back in the dating days, so
you
have not. Wait a minute, you have not went on the first date and tried to eat or order all cute.
In my 38 year of life or prior? Prior, yes. Because,
yeah. We do prior. No, in the current.
No.
Okay.
Because I feel like you don't want to go and, you know, send a representative. It's like you want to be and you don't want to feel judged if you go on a second date and he feel like, oh, on the first date, you know what I'm saying, she only got, you know what I'm saying, a good little salad, you know what I'm saying, something simple. And then on date 2, he thinking, I'm only going to spend like $30. And you order real things. And you like, well, damn, now she just ordered $50 worth of stuff. Not my big. And it's the whole thing.
I disagree. I mean, because as a man, it's not expected. Like, okay, you spent $30 on her the first date. Don't think that's going to be the norm, Playboy. She might just be nice. Like, well, I don't know what his pockets look like. I don't know how much he make yet. You probably haven't got to the financials conversation. So it could just be a old girl who just been generous. Like, let me just be generous. But I will say that if there's a first date involved, I think the lady should have somebody in her purse. Don't just expect for the guy to pay for the meal.
Oh, yeah.
What if he don't?
I believe you should have enough money to pay the bill plus like times 2.
Right, but see, some ladies will go out and don't bring that just in case money. Like, you know, something can happen. I could lose or misplace my wallet. And what if I do that? And I was like, well, you know, can you grab this and I'll cover you? I mean, it's going to look bad on me, don't get me wrong, but my point is you should always have that backup, or a lady shouldn't go out.
Only hood rats go out on the date and don't have no money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
true. I went out with some non-hood rat individuals who, like, no, I don't have, I mean, not that I'm asking for it, but it, like, come up in conversation.
Well,
I'm like, don't even worry about it. Like, who have you dated before? Like, we can go out. You ain't never worry about it. Like, have some like PTSD from a past dude and just like, hey, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Do you think that who asked the person out on the first date, that like if a girl asked you out, should she pay?
I think it would be nice for her to offer, but I think it would be more of a player move if he just go ahead and pay.
You forget I know you, but okay.
Because after the second date, then you get the ass. Then we can talk about the ass after the second date. That's my thing. We can go out once, And then that's the impression. You may not feel me. I may not feel used. So if we get on the second date and it go well,
nope.
You already know what
Here
it
we
is.
go. Here we go. Okay.
You already know what it is.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. So you wouldn't have sex on the first date?
I have. Oh. I told you that.
So you can't. So you would still do it now, probably.
No, I wouldn't do what I told you, but
well,
I wouldn't do what I told you I'd done.
But that's. I'm happy about that. That shows growth. So
did your people like me after the first time?
Yes, they liked you. They wonder who you are, and
I was afraid I wasn't going to invite back because of the dinner, dick, and donuts type shit.
Well, they liked the dinner, dick, and donuts comment so much that they was commenting that in the comment section. I was like, don't blow his head up. I have enough to deal with.
No. I don't get a blown up head. I'm not yet. Yeah. That's the second episode. Then I'm going to be making requests. Like, our sound needs to be an HD quality sound. And I only require blue Skittles be separated from the red.
No.
I'm not high yet.
You're not
on your level yet.
Nope, that's not going to happen.
I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl.
First of all, we could have easily had that conversation.
Right,
did you like it?
Yes, I'm gonna tie it around. I'm gonna tie it into something else too. Okay. So you got JLo on the phone, and then you got old girl on the phone.
Why old girl? Her name is Shakira.
No, I ain't talking about Shakira. Shakira's too, but I'm tying it in from the Super Bowl poll activity to the recent poll activity.
Oh, to the falling. Oh yeah.
Yeah. She employee of the month. I heard Wendy Williams say that. Like I agree. Like, you got the cameraman, which is probably the best job in the world.
To be a cameraman at the Super Bowl?
To be a cameraman. So, you got J-Lo and Shakira, doing their halftime show. Then, it was a couple shots that the cameraman had to turn away from because it wasn't suitable for TV. Now, I'm watching this with my 11 and 12-year-old boys, and I'm like, did y'all see that?
Well, because it was a stripper pole.
Yeah, but I'm talking about we watched the halftime show with J-Lo and Shakira getting it in like that.
But J-Lo was on a stripper pole.
No, I'm talking about with her. I'm talking about the dances. Shakira too, which I know that's a part of her culture, so I'm not going to touch that. But I was saying, like, it was certain shots where J-Lo and Shakira had their legs open. It could have been J-Lo, one of the two, and they was dancing, but the cameraman kind of shot away from it because he knows if he would have saw a little corner, it would have been like Janet Jackson.
Well, do you think it was appropriate?
I think as a dad watching it with your 11 and 12-year-old son, if their mothers was watching it with them, it would have been uncomfortable. But because I was watching, I'm like, hey, did you see that? So, it was like,
God.
If they're watching with their mothers, it would have been uncomfortable. Or if I was watching with my daughters, it would have been uncomfortable.
But the girl who fell off the pole.
Yeah.
Should strippers have to climb 2-story poles to entertain people?
It's not worth it because the way she fell, it could have been a whole lot worse. She could have broke her neck.
Yeah, she should have died.
I don't think she should have been on a 15-foot pole. I ain't got a problem with 7, but 15.
You see, but you don't even really like strip clubs. So, like, would you go and be impressed? Like, oh wow, she went up 15 feet. Like, would that make you tip more money?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I would love to see that in person. Don't get me wrong. And if I knew one of these strip clubs around here had that going on tonight, I would go tonight. I would love to see it in person.
Oh Lord!
But as an individual doing it, is it worth sacrificing your body? I think not.
And then because she can't work, she don't even have like workers' comp, or she can't get like unemployment.
Luckily, that's why she did that last little twerking. She's like, somebody gonna throw me $100. If I was there, I would have threw $100 just for that shit alone. Like, you could have made at least, you made probably like $2,000 more just falling off a pole and then falling and twerking your ass.
Well, she also had to go. She had to go fund me too after the accident.
Oh, what's her GoFundMe? I want to send her some money tonight.
No.
I'm fine with it.
No.
So she got to go fund me for real?
Yeah, she raised. I think it was.
Post that shit on the links. Everybody should go. Everybody should go contribute
Wendy.
How many followers you got on here?
Wendy, it's like 16,000. Wendy.
Oh, we got it. Hold on. We about to do this. We about to change somebody's life. So
No, we don't. Wendy gave that girl 15 grand. She good?
No, listen though. We got to do our part. We got to do our part.
No.
For the chicks on the pole, because she's not the only chick on the pole. We don't know her story. We don't. So everybody listening, she gonna post the GoFundMe link on the bottom. It's not.
No, she's not.
I'm gonna find out a way to do it, but it's gonna be on. If every person that donates $1, we can change this young lady's life.
She good.
So, DT.
Nope.
And we gonna change this lady's life.
No. Anyway, dating people, which I'm changing the subject because you are not fixated.
I'm gonna let you know we're coming back to this before this goes. But go ahead and change the subject.
Dating people with children.
Okay.
Gonna completely switch the conversation. So you, as a person with children,
you know, she got a child either. Go ahead.
Dating people with children. What is your thought? Well, I think it's two different things because you having kids and me not having kids look at things probably two different ways. I'm not sure.
All right. So my take on it, and I've switched my position, but I'll show you my first position, and I'll tell you where I'm at now. When I'm dating, when I first had children, I don't know whether requirement or qualification, whatever you want to call it, is that whoever I dated had to have children. Reason being is because I think as a parent, mother or father, but as a parent, you know, anything can happen. Like, if your child has a dance you got to go to, let's just say on Valentine's Day, and Daddy Door dance Valentine's Day, and you got to take your daughter, but the young lady that you're dating doesn't understand that because she doesn't have children. It's just like, well, how can I expect her to understand she doesn't have kids? So,
but don't she have common sense?
Some do, but honestly, most don't. And the reason, and let me apologize, not most. Those who don't have kids really don't understand the ins and outs. That being a parent is like a 25/8 job.
Right.
So at any moment, you can get called out. Now, it would be lovely, and some women do it, but okay, go ahead and do what you got to do and handle it. But for some women, and again, not all, but some women who don't have children, they might feel a certain type of way. They might be like, well, can't the mama do it? And me, I'm a single dad, but I'm a hands-on single dad. So if I get a call or something's going on with my children, then I feel like it's my priority, not the mother's priority. It's like, if I get a call and say, Dad, I need this, I'm on it. There's no question. I mean, I explain to if I'm in a relationship with a person, like, hey, look, this is what I got to do. But I try to paint that out in the picture when we're first, you know, in the court and we're talking stage, like, look, I have kids, and, you know, right now they're my top priority until you become a wife or something more serious. Then, you know, right now they are my top priority. I mean, always my top priority, but, you know.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, fast forward now, I don't have a preference if the woman has children or not. But I think it's up to me to be like, hey, I have children. This is how involved I am in my children's life. And the last thing is, can you handle that? So I give a choice right up. This is where I'm at. This is my status with my children. Do you want to be a part of that?
So I think I look at things differently. Not differently, but I typically prefer... I've always dated men who had children. So for me, it's different because I get it. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes people can... I won't say use the kids as an excuse. Some people who may like cheat and stuff like that in the past, they will like, you know, just throw bullshit out just to have a reason to not do stuff. So you just have to be sure the person you're dating who have kids are actually active in the kid's life. And that makes more sense versus I think he doing A, B, C, D, E, F, or G, and that ain't really what's going on. Being a parent is hard, and so dating while being a parent is hard. But also, just even if you are the person who don't have kids and he do, it's a thing to where sometimes the other person may think, well, you should understand me, like always wanting what we do to eventually always include the kids, to where it's like, oh, did I become a stepmama now? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I've had that weird situations where I'm looking like, wait, like we always with the kids, like we don't ever have a break. It was weird for me because I'm like, I think there should be like separate times to where we're a couple, but also when we're hanging out with the kids. So the kids have to be comfortable with that person too. But I think that takes time. Like, don't just assume that because you have children that I have to instantly become a stepmom. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that aggravates my spirit. I'm like, look, I don't want to be a stepmom on like date 3. Like, maybe date like 8, maybe. Because at that point we've hung out enough to where I like you. And I'm like, okay, now we do have to see how the kids work into it, but I've literally had just crazy situations. But I feel like some guys be looking for a mom. Or sometimes just want a babysitter. I don't know. It's stupid. So it's all a catch-22 on both sides.
I've done it both ways. Now, I've dated a woman with children, and I told her straight up, I'm not trying to be a stepdad. I'm here for you. I'm not here for your child. You know, and it's not being harsh, but it's being real. Like, I'm not here for your child. My duty is not to feed your child. My duty is not to care for your child. I'm not babysitting your child while you go get your nails done. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for you. Now, if we develop into something serious, then I will incorporate the child into our situation. But right now, I'm dating you. So I have nothing to do with your child. Now, if you want me to meet your child later on, cool, I'll meet him. But again, I'm not coming in to be stepdad. And I would tell, a woman the same thing. Like, I'm not expecting you to be a stepmother to my children. They have a mother, respectively. But what I'm looking for is for you to be down with me. Now, in the reality of things, yes, they are still my top priority, because if you leave me tomorrow,
right,
those are the ones
they still my kids.
Decide if I'm going to live with them or if I'm going to live in a nursing home. And the way I treat them, I can't push them to the side for no amount of pussy or ass. Can't do it. Because, again, when you leave and fade out into the background, they're going to be like, oh, remember you played me for old girl? Your ass going to the nursing home. And the shittiest nursing home you can find.
Well, that's true.
To the suburbs. You're going right there where they beating your ass.
Well,
and I would deserve it because of the way I treated them or whatever. So, yeah, I don't set the expectations of a woman to come in and be stepmother unless it's something serious.
But I think sometimes people who have children assume that people who don't have children don't get it. And we do get it. Mm-hmm. It's just that at the same time, no one wants to consistently be push. I won't say put second, but that's what it is. But we don't want anyone to put us before their children, but we also want to be considered. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And
so it's that thing.
I mean, that's real, because who wants to be second to anybody when you put somebody first? So if you put a man first and you don't have children, you put him first, but he needs to put you second because he has children. I get that, and that's a fair feeling. Like, hey, I feel second, but I think it's a way to approach that conversation too, because you have some women who be just dirty, like, nah, fuck this, I'm out. You can have it, you ain't stinking ass kid. You have women like that, but you don't have women who be like, you know what, I understand, so let me just go and talk this out to see what I can do, or should I step, whatever. It's conversation. That's everything. It's conversation.
It is. People make time for what they want to make time for.
Right. I 100% agree. I mean, I think it was easier for me 10 years ago dating with children, because it's like a part of me still didn't give a fuck. I'm like, whatever. But now I'm at the age where I can't help but to give a fuck, because I have a child who's almost 20 himself. So it's just like, I got to be some type of example. So I can't teach him an example of not giving a fuck because he could have a child one day.
And you would be a grandpa.
A woman with a child. Exactly. And he could be dating a woman with a child, or the woman could be dating him with a child. So it's best for me to be like, all right, this is how to play that, or this is how to do that. But 10 years ago, I didn't give a damn.
You know. No.
Just do a brief commercial break real quick. That link is going to be at the bottom. Old girl, we're going to do a CashApp GoFundMe.
You know what? We're
$1.
We're ending this conversation now.
I'm giving 20, so if you want to give 25, but if everybody needs to give $1.
We're ending this.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're ending this conversation now because you want to pay for strippers.
I mean, I'm not a fan. Let me say, I respect strip clubs. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to say, hey, I'm going to a strip club. It's not nothing that's exciting. There's an event going on, and I'm invited to it. I'll go, but I don't just proactively be like, you know what? I'm going to see some strippers tonight because my philosophy is if I'm giving you dollars and you telling me where or when I can touch, that's not how it works. Not for me. So what I can do, check the little list on the phone.
You don't know. Nope. You don't have to go to a strip club.
Nah, I don't. But my dad was like that too. He wasn't a strip club cat. I think he just raised me. He never told me not to go. Don't get me wrong, but I think it was just like I could do this with this money, and then the math don't add up. If I make it rain $200 in the club, she take that money. She got to give a cut to somebody. So somebody, like 2 or 3 people eating off me, and I got to go home and push P on my phone? Nah, that's not the fantasy I'm trying to do. You about to come to the crib with me, and you say it's a big donut.
Not she a prostitute? You done made a trip a prostitute?
Don't get me wrong. But, okay. So there are some places where if you give an extra $30, how do you make it happen?
Nope. This is why people stay single, because men out here knowing how much extra it costs at a strip club to get some extra.
And then you don't have to go to a strip club. You can go to a massage place.
Nope. No.
No, you can't. You can go to a massage place. You can just get a normal massage, and you got to kind of look at the place and see how creepy the place looks. So if the place look creepy, that's the one you want to go to. They got a little door that you kind of like. It's not like clear and all welcoming. It's just a massage parlor.
No.
So
I don't want a strange person who be out here touching on other people's, giving them orgasms, touching on me. I just don't know.
But if you pay, okay.
I can get it for free.
I'm about to make up a topic real quick.
Okay.
It's like sex workers. I mean, sex workers, that's your prostitutes, that's your strippers, that's your people who on Instagram with the fans only pages, and that's your people who do porn. Somebody got to do these jobs.
True.
Right? True. Because I'm not going to speak for you, but me, I know I watch porn. We'll go to a strip club. The rubbing clubs do sound straight, so I might actually find one of those creepy massage places. I mean, people provide a service for us to take part in. So
true. And you are fully aware that I watch porn, but I don't want to pay anybody to do anything. I would get it for free. I'm not paying for that.
You can get it. See, the thing is, we all can get it for free, but also, I guess it's kind of just like the.
I don't want to pay. I don't want to be with a stranger, and I got.
Why the hell not? And if it's 2:00 in the morning, like it's 2:00 in the morning, I had me a couple shots, I'm feeling good. I'm like, you know what? I got an extra $50. Tax season came, tax man probably came to me right. I got another extra $100. Let me go ahead and give me a massage real quick.
No.
Slide her a little 50 and see if she take the top off.
No,
oh shit, she took the top off. Let me slide another 20 and see if she take her pants off. Oh shit, she took her pants off. Let me see if she take this for $100. I'm just saying, you might have a good night.
I do not.
We want to get massages. That's what we're going to the massage place, and we're going to come back to talk about it. You want to go?
Can we?
We're going on a field trip.
I know what I was finna say. Something else. Okay, we can go. We can go get massages,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll see what happens.
Oh, I'll tell you what's gonna happen. You start with $20 and you build your way up.
I don't. But this the way that they had to. I don't. Oh my god. I think this is illegal. What if we get arrested?
Yeah, you think too much. I'm surprised. You need to go with the flow.
Well, you know how my mind works.
But just set a $500 to the side for bill. And then we going in. It's worth the field trip. Everybody want to hear about the brother to experience.
No.
So I think it's worth. I personally think it's worth the bill money. So I got my five.
Okay. How about? Okay, thank you. So how about we go get massages? You get a happy ending, and if you get a happy ending, you can speak on your part of it. I don't want nobody else's fingers in my cookie jar. Because my thing is, you have an Audi, I have an Innie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and the coronavirus and shit.
You know, I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it. I don't know.
I got time for it. I'm cool. I got insurance.
You know what? You know what?
What? Yep.
Foolishness. And then Snoop apologized to Gayle because his mama told him to.
Which he should. Now, do you think Snoop threatened her?
I think Snoop has to realize the amount of influence he has. And even though he did not directly threaten her, what he said was threatening. Because you have other people who may hear what you say and like kind of be like, well, yeah, Snoop Dogg said, because
I mean, when I heard a threat. When he said, I'll make us come get you.
You see?
If you tell me that, you got to come get me.
But see, the people he know will try to come get her. And people dumb these days. So I think Snoop was high and wasn't thinking. And I get, I was emotional or whatever, but I think as a grown adult, you can't be out here just acting as if she killed him. She asked a question.
I was just going to say that I can see if Gayle killed Kobe, then I could say, all right, we don't come get you. But by her words, she's a journalist. She should have known better. But I think she tried to do her. She wasn't emotionally tied to it as everybody else was. She's a journalist. She knows of Kobe like most people who are not basketball fans are. You know of Kobe. And some things you may know of Kobe might be that rape case back in 2003. And you may not know nothing else. But it was just so much more to Kobe than that.
But in speaking about his legacy, if the conversation is about his legacy, what she asked was a valid question. I think the thing was when Lisa Leslie said, like, you know what I'm saying, that's not who I know, whatever, and then she's like, oh, well, you know, well, you wouldn't know. I think it was the continuing of trying to make it seem as if, oh, well, you wouldn't know that about him, and well, yeah, the case was dismissed, but then it was civil suit. It was the extra stuff that she put on it, but I also feel like she was trying to be a non-biased journalist, because you can't just kind of accept, oh, well, I didn't know him like that, and it's like, technically, you wouldn't.
But I was cool with her questions until she asked, when she said something to the effect like, well, Lisa said, well, Kobe's my friend. And then she said, well, he was your friend, so you wouldn't be able to see it. That's what I had a problem with. It was just like, she described like Kobe and us went to clubs. Kobe wasn't the type to say, hey, bring that chick over here. But she had NBA guy friends who were like that. So she just said Kobe wasn't that type of person. That should have been done.
Yeah, it should have. But if it was...
Or go ask somebody who think different. Like, I'm pretty sure you can find somebody who say, oh, yeah, Kobe got what he deserved. And I'm not saying that, but I'm pretty sure you have people who...
people said that. Like, I think it was a coach or a principal. Somebody at Kobe's like old school or whatever, like said that and got fired because she specifically said that and got fired. So I'm like, now that's team too much. Because my thing is, even I still believe that back then, neither him and the girl had two different recounts of what happened. I do think I I can understand being a female and you don't want to do something, but you don't know how to say, I don't want to do this, so you don't say nothing. And I feel like that's why she felt how she felt. But I also feel like in that same situation, the guy can have no clue because he ain't reading the room. He's not reading his audience. He's not reading the person. You know what I'm saying? He's not picking up on context clues. And he just assumes, oh, she's just going along with it because she also wants it. And she doesn't. And so I feel like that's why he had his thoughts on what happened. But he apologized, about it. Just saying how I understand how she thought things happened. It wasn't how I thought it happened. I don't admit to doing what she said I did, but I get how she sees it. I'm like, that alone to me made him a good person because he realized he still made a mistake even though it wasn't his intent.
Right. But you brought up something too about OJ. I think I brought up to you the other day. It was like OJ was named one of the 100 top NFL players of all time.
Before or after this stuff?
Right now, like if you name 100 greatest NFL players of all time, OJ is on that list.
Really?
But in the unfortunate event that he passes away, that's never going to come up. That's going to come up like this came up about Kobe. It's going to be a one-off thing like, oh yeah, you did this in '93, you got off, you stole your shit, you went back to jail. Oh yeah, ain't one of the 100 greatest players in the NFL.
But they kept on bringing up how, for Kobe, the stuff happened with him while he was an active player versus OJ, who stuff happened after he retired. So it was kind of two different things. Even with Aaron Hernandez, how, stuff happened with him before he was signed, while he was signed, and then, after he was in jail. It's so much so where you think about when the athlete commits the crime or whatever, or the accusation of a crime, does that play a part in it? Because with Kobe being an active player at that time, and still play years after that, but OJ was retired. You know what I'm saying? Hernandez was in the NFL. Even Ray Caruth, I believe Ray Caruth was still playing when all that stuff happened. I don't think he had stopped playing. So it's a weird thing of how. I was mad when I used to like Ray Caruth. I don't know why. But I remember when he was found guilty and I was upset. But I'm like, wait a minute. He did it, so I stopped being upset. But it's just crazy how people are looked at differently. Because the way they spoke about Aaron Hernandez when he passed away, it was more about what he did, the CTE stuff, and how he, his life kind of just went spiral out of control. But for Kobe,
everything was talked about currently, like what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So OJ's legacy, even though he's been out of jail a couple of years, it's still recent what happened. So Kobe thing happened 17 years ago. That's not recent. The chick didn't testify. It was over. It was done. Now whether he did it or not did it, he said he had sex with an old girl. Now, he shouldn't have. If he was married, he shouldn't have. I think we talked about that before. He shouldn't have did it, but he did it. Okay? He admitted he did it.
And his wife stayed with him. His wife stayed with him. She supported him through it. Because people cheat. It happens. It's not like, you should cheat, but people cheat. And some people can get past it. And it do seem like he had that situation. Because let's just say, had Kobe and that girl just had sex and she never complained about whatever else, Kobe could have then went on to become an asshole. He could have went on to be a person who was always cheating. You know what I'm saying? He could have just had a different kind of life. It's like, did that one thing happen to completely stop him from going down a road of just being not a good person, not a good husband, not a good father? It's like, you never know. Not saying I think not saying that it should have happened that way, but I'm saying, what if it didn't go down how it went down and he just continued to sleep with girls all the time? And then it could have been a thing where he had all these women who would come up and say, well, yeah, like the Bill Cosby thing, years later, everybody like, oh, well, he did this to me. And it's like, it could have been completely different. So it's like that one situation, I could have scared him straight from cheating.
Absolutely. And I didn't know Kobe personally, of course, but I think back the way he was back in the day, he was still a young kid. You know, coming to the NBA straight out of high school, got married to Vanessa like a couple years into the league.
Yeah, they was young.
You know, he was still young. So he probably was like in Colorado and probably a chick probably caught his eye. I believe that was probably his first and only time. And again, I could be wrong. But I believe, hopefully it just scared him straight. Like, you know what, damn, this is not worth it. I'm not.
I could lose my life.
Right, and it changed his life because, you know, he could have been like, oh, I got away with this real easy. Let me go ahead and do this shit every night because it could go either way.
And it could be a whole thing. And now you got, even with, what's that, the Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. But I've seen videos of him partying over the years, and I've always said, he doing too much. He was having too much fun. I'm like, that's gonna come back and bite him in the ass. And sure enough, a year later it did. But you gotta,
it always do.
You gotta watch the steps. See, that's why I don't want to go to no massage parlor and get somebody to massage my chocha. Because in years down the line, it's gonna come back and bite me in the ass.
That's controlled environment. That's different. So that's what I'm like. I'm not saying let's go find a chick who's gonna come to the crib and do it. No, I'm going to your spot. So if you get busted, y'all get busted. I'm out of here.
But you would definitely like for somebody else to come join, because that's
But that's like I wouldn't bring them somebody who do like massages like that. I wouldn't bring them to the house. I wouldn't even have strippers come to a hall or a party that we're doing. For the simple fact, that's my controlled environment. If it gets out the way, that falls back on me. Maybe go to you. I go to your strip club, I go to your massage parlor, and then it's on y'all. But if I got control of it, this shit might get out of hand. So
I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna stop it right here because it can go left really well.
So I got parting words. Can I say some parting words before I go?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. First of all, again, I'd like to apologize because we were supposed to do this yesterday, but you know, life happens. So thank you for being understanding. Thank you for calling me a motherfucker and telling me that you called me a motherfucker. You're a real cat. You're like, look, I talked about you, and I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Right. Second thing I want to touch on was, you still gonna put that GoFundMe link?
No.
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
Do you have any parting words on your own show?
Yes, I do have some parting words. I would like to thank him for finally coming around and getting this done and stuff. Even though we know life happens, I'm still happy that my friend, my buddy, my Thunder buddy, came and blessed the microphone and stuff. We're ending this right now. This was a conversation with a Capricorn and an asshole. So we will see what happens next time on these microphone streets. Say bye, him.
Microphone street.
Say bye.
I'll say bye. Bye. Shit. I'll let y'all later.
I can't deal with you. Do you want to add something else?
I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I think you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're lying. What else do you want to say?
You done.
You done? Okay.